of America, I'm Steve Gruber. I am your soldier of truth, fighting for you for the foxhole freedom every single day and asking the questions nobody else will, demanding answers, so help me God. It's the Steve Gruber Show. Here are three big things you need to know to start your day today. Number one, the next big bombshell on Capitol Hill, could it be UFOs? Yes, actually it could, as lawmakers are now claiming a massive cover-up of visitors, I guess. Number two, in Texas and around the country, you may have heard there is a massive explosion in syphilis cases. You know why? Well, because we have an open border without health screenings, that's why. And number three, the Democrats have found a new target to treat just as badly as they do, and well, as dishonestly as they do, is Donald Trump. He's one of their own. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. came to Capitol Hill to testify about censorship in America. And before the hearing was even able to begin, Democrats were calling him a racist, an anti-Semite, a xenophobe, trying to get the entire hearing canceled before it even began. And why? Because Kennedy is challenging the scandal-plagued President Joe Biden, who was hit by yet another bombshell report yesterday when Senator Chuck Grassley released an FD 1023 document in which those confidential human source reveals, well, you might call it a whistleblower, reveals what Joe and Hunter were up to. That Hunter coerced the Ukrainian energy company Burisma to pay them in excess of $10 million for protection. Coerced them. That's right, for protection. I've seen the entire document. I've read the entire document from the FBI. They were like mobsters. How they would do protection for the local liquor store. And it appears Joe and Hunter delivered by getting the prosecutor investigating Burisma. Well, they got him fired. Something Joe Biden bragged about later in public in 2018. So you know why Joe Biden bragged and why he did it in the first place? Well, greed for one. Greed, just old-fashioned greed. But the bragging part, yeah, that's because Joe ain't too bright. He never has been. He's out there, but yeah, I roughed him up on the playground. I showed them. I'll take you out behind the woodshed. I'm smarter than you are. I have a higher IQ. You've seen all this stupid stuff. I've got a higher IQ than you, man. I'll get back to the latest corruption bombshell. With the Biden cartel, I know you're not surprised, and I have the document, like I say. The FD 1023 is in my hand. But first, I do want to dive headfirst into the bizarre rantings of Democrats calling RFK Jr. an anti-Semite and racist when members of the infamous squad, like Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Cori Bush, and AOC, have all said vile things about Israel, demeaning Jews for years. There's never one peep from the left, not ever. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who was tossed as the head of the DNC for her craven remarks years ago, is Jewish. And among those that appear willing to lie about RFK Jr. in any way possible to destroy his reputation. Yeah, she stepped right up, did Wasserman Schultz. She doesn't care about the truth. And RFK Jr., well, he hit back. Here's a nice little exchange. Listen.
I was describing an NIH-funded study.
No, you didn't cite any.
I was describing an NIH-funded study by Cleveland Clinic
Reclaiming
scientists.
Reclaiming my time. You did not reference. Reclaiming my
published
time.
in USC
Mr.
Medical,
Chairman,
which is one.
Mine. The time is mine. I'm reclaiming it. Please ask the witness to stop talking.
You asked me a question.
Reclaiming.
Allow me to answer my question.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like about 10 seconds back.
You are slandering me incorrectly. You're saying it's dishonest.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from Florida.
Defend myself.
Mr.
Time
Chairman,
belongs to the gentlelady from Florida.
I'd like 15 seconds back.
We will be happy to give you that.
Thank you so much. You did not cite any study like you are citing here now during that conversation. You referenced no study at all. You simply labeled Jews and Chinese people as a race, and you also said that somehow they managed to avoid a deadly illness that targets other groups for death. You don't see that? You're trying to rewrite history here.
Yeah. She says that he's trying to rewrite history. Truly bizarro. Through the looking glass we go. And what was truly amazing was the extent to which the socialists were willing to go. To smear the name of a man who is running for president as a Democrat. I mean, they tried to stop the hearing over and over again altogether from the beginning. They wanted it to just end. Here's Jim Jordan just trying to allow RFK a chance to give his opening remarks. But Democrats, they just want to attack and smear. Listen.
Mr. Kennedy, you are now recognized for your opening statement, and then we'll go right down the line. He's going to go a little longer.
Excuse me, point of order. I know that witnesses usually have 5 minutes. I see 10 minutes on the board. Is it going to be 10 minutes
We'll
for
give him
every
5
witness?
minutes, but we're pretty lax with this. We'll let him go for
We are?
a little, yeah.
I've seen you gavel down on quite a number of
We've
witnesses.
given senators and former Democrat members of Congress and all kinds
He's
of folks.
neither.
time.
He's neither.
I'm just saying in past history.
Okay,
in
okay.
committee. But
Let's just
we'll
watch
give you,
the time for all the witnesses.
and if
then.
you want to cut him off and censor him some more, you're welcome to do it.
Oh, that's not my job. That's your job. Why don't you threaten a witness so that they can not want to be a
Mr.
witness?
Kennedy is recognized for his opening statement. We'll give him 5 minutes, more or less, and then we'll move to the next one. Mr. Kennedy, go right ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, maybe we could put 5 minutes on the clock then, not 10.
Unbelievable. And it went on and on and on. Democrats, you must be proud today. Proud of your team and the way they demean this guy. But let me be clear. If you ever step out of line and challenge the status quo like Kennedy, you're going to be treated the same way or worse. I mean, Kennedy can defend himself because he's actually smarter than anyone that was attacking him, like Stacey Plaskett there. He's smarter than they are. Here's Jim Jordan just trying to allow the chance for those opening remarks went through, and they did. But here is Stacey Plaskett creating more trouble for RFK. Listen.
Even knowing what they know about Mr. Kennedy's hateful, evidence-free rhetoric, and even though they've invited any number of witnesses to make their point, Speaker McCarthy, Chairman Jordan affirmatively chose to give this a platform. They intentionally chose to elevate this rhetoric to give these harmful, dangerous views a platform in the halls of the United States Congress. That's endorsing that speech. That's not just supporting free speech. They have co-signed on idiotic, bigoted messaging.
Co-signed on idiotic, bigoted messaging. What was remarkable, unlike the Democrats screeching like smashed cats in the halls of Congress, reading from prepared remarks, Kennedy tossed his notes aside, spoke from the heart, actually thought on his feet, and he dismembered the members of his own party in Congress. He did. And we're going to get to all of that. But the next part of what he says, I want it to speak for itself. I want him to speak for himself. It's a bit longer, so we're going to wait, and we're going to get to that. And we're also going to dig deeper into this whole FBI, FD 1023. I mean, if you look at this, it's remarkable. They hired Hunter Biden to, quote, protect us, says the confidential human source. They said Hunter Biden was not smart. They needed to get additional counsel when asking other questions. They said, don't worry, Hunter will take care of all of those issues, like the prosecutor, through his dad. And it goes on and on and on. This is one of the most remarkable documents I've ever seen, damning top to bottom. And that's why the calls for impeaching Joe Biden are louder today than they have ever been, and they should be. They're a corrupt family, not a corrupt man, a corrupt family. It runs through the entire Biden family. You think Donald Trump should be in prison? Well, let's talk about some real crimes, shall we? We'll get back with RFK Jr. after the break. Good to have you here on a Friday. It's the Steve Gruber Show.